Hi, and welcome to the Sunday School Breakdown. I'm your host. I'm Wilman Murphy. I'm a Sunday School teacher here at the St. Paul Missionary Baptist Church. And we can be found at 2870 Heathen Drive, East Point, Georgia, 30344. Our senior pastor is the Reverend Dr. Clayton Eugene Taylor Sr. And our co-pastor, well, that's the Reverend Christopher E. Taylor Sr. And I bring you greetings and good tidings from the St. Paul Missionary Baptist Church family. We welcome you again to another edition of the Sunday School Breakdown, the SSBD, Season 2, Lesson 4, or shall I say Episode 4. So welcome again. We got another great lesson for you. So what I need for you to do, I need you to call your friends, tweet, email your friends, do whatever you need to do, get to them and let them know that we got breaking news and that the Sunday School Breakdown, well, you know, it's about to go down. Today, like the past 3-4 weeks, we are in the book of Proverbs once again. Written primarily by Solomon, King Solomon, son of David and Bathsheba. We're in the book of Proverbs, chapter 1, verses 1 through 9, 8 through 10, and 13 through 14. And the lesson text is feast with wisdom. That means to sit down and eat and break bread with wisdom. We're going to dissect this. We're going to actually break this down in this lesson today. You ready? You got your Bibles? Paper? Pencil? Come on. You know. Let's get started. Yeah, I know. The same slide for the fourth consecutive week. I know. That just may be somebody new that don't know what a proverb is. And we got to teach them up. Proverb, just a short to the point saying of general use, stating a general truth or a piece of advice. Just a clever saying that has a lot of meaning to it and gives good advice. A lot of times it's on the common sense side of things, not very theological, but primarily practical. Solomon wrote many of these. He wrote 3,000 of them. Wisdom. What is wisdom? Wisdom is the soundness of an action or decision with the application. The application means to put it into action, to apply it. And for the ones that have been listening on a regular basis, I know you know this already, but I have to go through it because you're going to be on your final exam. This is Sunday school, right? This is school. Yeah. So you're going to do your test. So I want to reiterate it many times. So you get it, repetitious. Okay, here we go. It's application of good common sense, some experience, some knowledge, and some good judgment. The application of the what, when, the where, and the why, and the how. Got to know when to use good wisdom, how to use good wisdom, where to use good wisdom, how to use it. Otherwise, it's just knowledge in your mind if you don't apply it the right way. Solomon, King Solomon was the son of King David, the one that was after God's own heart. Remember why he was after God's heart? God said that himself. God testified on David's behalf, said, David is after my own heart. And the reason why, because God said that David would do whatever I asked him to do. I know, first thing coming to you guys' mind is that, well, David did some stuff that was somewhat messy. Yes, but what God asked him to do, he did. He had obedience to God. Even though David did some of David's things, some of David's wills, just like we do. But we need to try to be as obedient to God as David was. So, mother, Bathsheba. Yeah, I won't go into that because you guys know I love that revelation with Bathsheba. So here we are. He served he took the reign at 20 years old, age of 20. He served for 59 years? No. Until age 59. So he served for 39 consecutive years. It's King Solomon. When the first person you think about who was the wisest man to ever live, first person that comes to people's mind is King Solomon. Solomon wrote 3,000 proverbs and 1,005 songs to be found in the Song of Solomon. So I know you guys know this, but it's going to be on your test. And I think this is the last lesson where we're using Proverbs, so we'll be moving on from Solomon at next lesson, I think. Let's get started. Here we are. Chapter 9, Book of Proverbs, verse 1. And it thusly read, wisdom has built her house. She has hewn out her 7 pillars. So here you see the 7 pillars. And the word hewn means to cut out. So wisdom is personified as a woman, a female, but I don't want to say girl because I want to say woman because at girls you haven't gone through enough stuff to have wisdom. To wisdom you have to go through some things. Wisdom you have to put in some work. You have to have your some situations that you have dealt with, right? You had some good days, some bad days, though you won't complain. You had some ups and some downs, some heartbreaks and some turnarounds. But wisdom helps you to grow and to develop. So Mother Wisdom, as why we refer to her here, has built her house. And she built her house and she cut up the wood and timber, and she has put 7 columns. And these 7 columns represent different things. I chose to use this particular presentation of the 7 columns for one reason and one reason only. I didn't care what columns 2 through 6 or 2 through 7 meant. I didn't care what words they had on. I saw several illustrations that I wanted to present, but I only chose this for one reason only. The first one say, fear of the Lord. And we know that the fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom. That's why I selected this particular slide. So wisdom has built her house, and she has a sound foundation, and she put the 7 pillars to represent completeness, 7, completeness and totality, and it's a spiritual number. So wisdom has made her house solid. It's a sturdy house. It's a house that built to last. Wisdom build houses to last, where knowledge can build a house, but it may not last. Knowledge can build your house on sinking sand, but wisdom, Mother Wisdom, put her house on solid foundation. So wisdom has built her house. And you see, it says she hewn out the wood, the pillars herself. That means she did labor, which means Mother Wisdom was not afraid of a little work. Mother Wisdom was not afraid to get her hands dirty at times when it was necessary. Mother Wisdom did not run from hard labor. She embraced it, and she built her house and put up the 7 complete pillars. Verse 2 says, she has killed her beast, and she has mingled her wine. She has also furnished her table. So Mother Wisdom, you see, she built a house, right? So she built a house, and she didn't stop there. Now she's going to give herself a housewarming celebration. Yes, she built the house, and she didn't want people to come over and enjoy her house with her, so she throwing a party for herself. So she built the house, and now look at verse 2. She say, she killed her beast. She did the work. Didn't I just say Mother Wisdom doesn't mind getting into a little labor. She doesn't mind getting her house dirty, just getting her hands dirty at the house. Her hands dirty just a little bit. In other words, she doesn't mind doing the work. she killed her beast, which means she prepared the meats, and she mingled the wine. So she pulled the grapes and she mingled the wine. She mixed the wine, and then it says she furnished her table. So she just didn't have meat and wine on the table. She had a table fit for a fitting of a king. She had the whole spread, the whole nine. She served a full course meal she had prepared. But she got the house. She has the wine. She has the bread. She also has the table furnished. But she doesn't have guests at this time. Who should she invite? Who should come to the party? Who wants to come and sit at the table with Mother Wisdom? Who wants to come and receive some knowledge? Verse 3. She has sent forth her maidens. She cried upon the highest places of the city. Mother Wisdom now, she hasn't prepared for a party, but now she's calling for the guest. So she went to a high point in the city. She sent out her maidens. Then she cried out at the high part of the city, calling for people to come and celebrate her new home with her. She's willing to share her blessings. Mother Wisdom has received some blessings from the Lord, and she just doesn't want to celebrate by herself. She want to come and go get those that need some wisdom, need some understanding, need to gain some knowledge, to come and eat and drink and be merry with her in the presence of the Lord. So she calls them out. Wisdom go out seeking for those that need some understanding, seeking for those that are lost. She wasn't looking for the high and mighty, but she was looking for anyone that was looking for an understanding, that needed some encouragement. So Mother Wisdom, verse 4, she says, whoso is simple. You see, that's not the simple, that's not the highly educated. These are the ones that are simple-minded. These are the ones that need some help, need some assistance. These are the ones that she wants to fellowship with. See, when we go and fellowship with people, we don't want to be the one in the room that's simple. And we don't always invite people that are considered to be simple. We try to stay at a certain level. But that's not what Mother Wisdom is doing. She's calling for those that she can teach up. She can train up. She can help to educate. She can give them knowledge. And then they will develop, hopefully, into people that has wisdom. And so, verse 4, whoso is simple, let him turn in hither. She said, come to this house. Come to this house. Come to my house. I have wine. I have drinks. I have food. I have bread. I have meats. I kill the meats. I cook the meats. I bake the cakes. I prepare a party. And I'm ready to celebrate. So if you're simple, let him come hither. As for him that wanteth understanding. Mother Wisdom calling you out. She's calling out those that needs understanding. She said, come over here. Well, many of us don't want to be around those people. If you don't already have it, we're not always looking to give it to you. Unless it's a family member. But you see, Mother Wisdom, in verse 3 says, she cried out in the high places of the city. Not necessarily just to her family. We'll teach our family. Oh yeah, we'll train our family. We have super patience with our families. But Mother Wisdom said, I'm just calling anybody. So those of us that think we are somewhat wise, we have a little work to do. Still some learning and some understanding to gain. Because she didn't call those that was already wise. She called those that were simple. And she said to him, when she called him out, she said, you that are simple, come in here. You that want some understanding, come hither. she says to him in verse 5, she says, come and eat of my bread and drink of the wine which I have mingled. Wait a minute. Doesn't that sound like something Jesus would say? For some reason, I'm being recalled Jesus saying, come and drink, eat of my bread, eat of my body, and drink of my cup. So she said, eat of my bread and drink of my wine, which I have mingled for you. Didn't God, Jesus say, eat of my body and drink of my cup, which have been prepared for you, which has been broken for you. See, Mother Wisdom has knowledge of Jesus. In fact, if you go back to Proverbs 8, you start right around verse 21, and read to the end of the chapter, you'll see that wisdom is Jesus. Check it out. Check it out. So, she said in verse 5, come eat of my bread and drink of my wine. I got a picture, an illustration of her table that I want to share with you. Welcome to the table, to the feast of Mother Wisdom. You see, she's killed the beast. That turkey going around like that, I guess that turkey would be considered rotisserie? Is that such thing as rotisserie turkey? Okay, all right. I know it's silly. And she, you see, it says in verse 2, that her table was furnished. That means she just didn't have meat and drink. She also had all the fixes and the trimmings. She had fresh vegetables and fruits, and she had fresh grapes picked from her own vine, right? And she got the wine flowing, consistently flowing. For a second, when I saw that turkey spinning around in that rotisserie-like manner, I was afraid that turkey was going to knock that glass over and put that red wine on my carpet. Now here, that red wine is hard to get out of your carpet. I should leave that alone, right? Okay. I know I should leave that alone, but yes, I'll let you look at that for a little while. Just for a little while. I won't stay too long on that because I don't want you to get thirsty. So look, it said, come eat of my, verse 5, come and eat of my bread and drink of the wine which I have mingled. So she calling those that are simple from verse 4. She said, those that simple and looking for understanding, looking for some knowledge, looking for wisdom, those I want to hang out with you. I want to hang out with you, and I want you to come to my housewarming celebration. I'm throwing myself a party. I prepared the food, I got the wine flowing, and I want you to come and celebrate with me. And we're going to have a good time. I'm not going to go there. So, drink of my wine which I have mingled. Eat the bread. Eat the bread which I have prepared for you. And so she said, if you're foolish, come and mingle with me. If you're hungry, if you're simple, come and mingle with me. So she said, I'm not being choosy. I'm taking all comers because I have wisdom. And whatever your situation is, I can help you with it. So she appealing to those that lack understanding. When we have a party, I know July 4th going to be coming up in a week or so, and some of you are going to do your traditional cookouts, and you invite folks over. Wear your mask, wear your mask, wear your mask. You're going to invite folks that you know. In fact, somebody going to come to your house that you don't know, but a family member or a friend that you invited that person. And you're going to ask that person that person comes with, you're going to say, hey, wait a minute. Who's that? Because you want to know the people that's coming into your household. It's just one of our things that we want to know. We want to know, who's that person coming in my house? Okay. If you say they're good, then we'll take your word on it because we trust you. But Mother Wisdom say, I don't know who you are. As long as you're simple and you're seeking knowledge and seeking understanding, just come. She opened her doors to everybody. She opened her doors and she opened her hearts and she opened up her table to everybody. She wasn't picking and choosing like we're going to do and like we do. Okay, enough of that. That wine is really flowing. So hopefully that entertained you for a second. Let's move on to another picture. So here's what the people look like at the party. Here. Brother Wisdom went out in verse 2 and verse 3 and verses 3 and 4. She went out and found some people. She had her maidens to go out and she cried out at the high places in the city. And she said, whoever's simple, whoever come hither. If you want some understanding, come hither. So you see, she just got a group of people. And as you look at the people carefully, let me get out of the way, you see she have men, women, she has boys, and she has girls at the party, right? And look at the race of the people, the races. I see people that are white, people here that are African American, black. I see a gentleman there that's Asian. Over here, I see a lady that's Hispanic, right? So she said, Mother Wisdom said, I don't care about your gender. I don't even care about your age. I don't care about your race. I don't even care about your ethnicity. I don't care. I don't care. I just want you to come to the party. And I'm a feature. You saw in verse 3 where it said, verse 2, it said, and she has furnished her table. Look at that. Mother Wisdom having a good time. She got all these people at her house. So I'll let you look at that picture for a little while. Look at verse 6. And it say, forsake. When she invited these people to her house, verse 5, she said, come and eat of my bread and drink of my wine. But then in verse 7, she said, now, forsake the foolish and live and go in the way of understanding. So when she got the people in the house, she gave them a message. And she said, now, I got you here, and we're going to eat, we're going to drink, and we're going to be merry. But I'm going to need for you to forsake those things that are foolish. So I got to drop some knowledge on them, Mother Wisdom, so I got to let you know during this housewarming celebration that you got to forsake the foolish. That means things that are simple, right? You got to stop choosing the pathways of the foolish. So she forsake the foolish and live. She said, if you seek wisdom and understanding, that's life there. But you continue to do those things and choose the path of the foolish, there are death there. So she's saying, forsake the foolish and live. And then what? She tells them to go. Go in the way of understanding. So whichever the way understanding is, lean that way. Don't keep going into the ways of the foolish. So they're at the table eating, but Mother Wisdom sending them home with full stomachs, good fellowship, and some knowledge. Verse 6, forsake the foolish and live and go in the way of understanding. That means to choose wisely and to choose wisdom. See, at the table, she didn't have the A-listers. She just had people. 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 All people. Now, who needs wisdom and understanding? All people needs that. Just not the privileged few. All people need to seek wisdom and understanding. Let's move on. Verse 8. It says, reprove not a scorner, lest he hate thee. Rebuke a wise man, and he will love thee. Mother Wisdom said, reprove not a... Oh, wait a minute. before I go to verse 8, let me back up. We went to verse 6, and there is no verse 7 in this particular lesson. But I forgot to show you something. I'm sorry. We saw the food, we see the feast, we see the people, we saw the 7 pillars at the house. I need to show you the physical house that Wisdom built. Mother Wisdom built a house. I need to show you her house. How are you going to let me forget to show you her house? I know you saw this slide. This was my very first slide. But I want you to pay attention to these columns. Okay? And then I'm going to show you what her physical house looks like. The house that Wisdom built. You ready? I should have put drum rolls on this. But here we go. The house that Wisdom built. Anybody recognize this house? Anybody recognize this house? This is the house that Wisdom built. So Wisdom is going to entertain a lot of people, a lot of important people, and a lot of simple people. So Wisdom is going to entertain everybody. So this particular house is supposed to be for everybody. Right? Regardless of your race, gender. It doesn't matter. This house that Wisdom built is for everybody. Should be welcome to this house. There are a lot of dignitaries, a lot of important people all over the world that has visited this house. The house that Wisdom built. Yes. Because Wisdom was going to entertain a lot of people for a long time. She needed a big house. She needed some house with those pillars up on the front. Because she's looking for a house that showed stability. Now this particular house, I think is at, I should have looked it up to be sure, but I think this house is at 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue. Do you guys know who resides in this house right now? Yeah, sure. Sure you do. I know you do. This house has 55,000 square feet. This thing sits on 18 acres of land. This house is worth, got 132 rooms, and this house is worth $389 million. Very expensive home. The house that Wisdom built. But allow me to say this. Give me a second. Excuse me. Now, pay attention, because watch this. This is the house that Wisdom built. But just because you reside in the house that Wisdom built does not mean that Wisdom resides in you. Present administration included. Got me? You follow that? Just because somebody resides in the house that Wisdom built does not automatically mean that Wisdom resides in them. I think you guys know my point, right? Okay. So we saw the table, we've seen the house, we saw the people at the table, we saw the food prepared. So now we move on to verse 8. In verse 8, it says, reprove not a scorner, lest he hate thee. But if you rebuke a wise man, he will love thee. It shows you the differences between a scorner and a wise person. A scorner, what is that? A person who expresses contempt or disdain for someone or for something. Right? A scorner. They're just going to disapprove. So you can't check or correct a scorner because the scorner is not going to always receive it well. Even though you have wisdom, you have to be very careful about checking a scorner because the reception of it is not always pleasant. Sometimes they just go straight off on you. You know, read you up one side and down the other. You guys know anybody like that? also a person that expresses contempt. The difference between a person that's a scorner and a person that has wisdom is that you can correct, you can check a person that has wisdom, they will receive it the right way. There's a, yeah, I'm sorry, my bad, I made a mistake, yeah, I need to do better. I hear you, brother. You corrected me with brotherly love. I hear you. Yes, I hear you, mother. When the mother's corrected you, yes, I hear you. I understand, mother. You're exactly right. I got to do better. I appreciate it. But you check a scorner or attempt to correct a scorner, you're going to have some problems. They don't always receive it well. You say that person will hate thee. And in the first part of verse 8, when it says, reprove not a scorner, lest he hate thee, that hate stuck in my head. So I want to contrast scorner with another word that we use today. Here it comes. Hater. Now look at the definition for a scorner and look at the definition for a hater. A scorner is a person who expresses contempt or disdain for who? Someone or for something. And look at the definition for a hater. A person who, can I say, greatly dislike? Can I say express contempt? Flip those and that means the same thing. A specified person or a thing. Contempt or disdain for a someone or for something. You see how those could be flipped and you get the same meaning? So the old school scorners is the new school hater. Look at the way hater is spelled, it's pronounced. Look at that, it has a D in there. I was expecting that to be a T, H-A-T-E-R, but it's a D. So the word is hater. Some people are really good at it. Say it with me. Hater. I know you used it before. Yeah. Yeah. Our pastor said haters drink what? Yeah. You're right. Haters drink that, what you said. So yes, you see they're the same thing basically. One is old school, scorner. Is our new school haters. You can't always correct haters. You have to be careful. You have to tread lightly when you correct haters. But a person that wisdom, a person at the right spirit, you can correct them. And they receive it the right way. And verse 9. Verse 9 says, give instruction to a wise man, and he will be yet wiser. It just adding on to verse 8. Give instruction to a wise man, and he will be yet wiser. Teach a just man, right? And he will increase in learning. See, a wise man is open to being corrected because a wise man sees that as an opportunity to learn and to grow and to develop and to gain understanding and to gain wisdom. A wise man will take it the right way. So give instruction, that means give guidelines, give the understanding, give the protocols, give the lesson to a wise man, and he'll become wiser. You see the word wiser means that's an opportunity, regardless of how wise you think you are now. That's always an opportunity for you to become wiser. Though you know a lot, doesn't mean that you know it all. Our wisest people still are seeking wisdom. There's so many young people that can show us different things. That's knowledge that we take it, is knowledge to them, but once we take it, we can make it become part of our wisdom portfolio. Right? Teach a wise man, teach a just man, and he will increase in learning. See, a wise person, a just person learns every day. You can watch a person that has no wisdom at all, and you can discern what they're doing, and you can figure it out, and you say, oh, I know what they're doing, and you just became wiser. So we all have opportunities to still learn, to still understand, and to still grow in our wisdom. In verse 10, it says, But the fear of the Lord, yes, it's the beginning. That's why I chose that illustration. I wanted that first one. The fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom, and the knowledge of the holy is understanding. Yes, taking it back to the roots, taking it back to the source. The fear of the Lord is the beginning, it's the source, it's the alpha. And the knowledge of the holy, those that are saved and those that are holy, it's understanding. Right. We got to get back to the roots, give guidance, and give that understanding to God, and give God that eventual fear that He deserves. That fear should intrigue you to show obedience to God. That's the type of fear. I like to say that shock and awe type of fear. Just knowing what He has done and yet what He's capable of doing. So I don't want to cross Him, I'm going to obey Him. And that skips over to verse 13. Now, I've been using Mother Wisdom, but verses 13 through 15, we're going to walk out of here. We got 18 on the backside. Okay, we're going to walk out of here and be done with this. Here we go. Verse 13 says, now a foolish woman is clamorous. She is simple and knoweth nothing. She's foolish. A foolish woman is clamorous. Clamorous means making a loud and confusing noise. In other words, a clamorous person, and I talk about a woman here, is a person that's talking loud, but saying nothing. And then when I put the word foolish, I want to dissect that, break that down just a little bit more. You see, folly means a lack of good sense. It means foolish. So here's what we're going to do. Earlier I was using Mother Wisdom. We're going to contrast Mother Wisdom and compare Mother Wisdom with Sister Folly. You with me? Mother Wisdom, Sister Folly. And so it's now Sister Folly is clamorous, just noisy, but knoweth nothing, which means she lacks wisdom. Verse 14, for she sitteth at her door of her house on a seat in the high places of the city. Wait a minute. Did Mother Wisdom do that same thing? Wasn't that? Let's back up. Look at verse 3. Verse 3 said, Mother Wisdom, has sent out her maidens, but then it says, she her cries out upon the highest places of the city. And over here, verse 14 say, for she's sitting at the door of her house on a seat in the high places of the city. So you see some similarities, but yet one is wise and one is foolish. Right? One is Mother Wisdom and the other one is Sister Folly. So she's going through the steps of being wise. But then, watch what happens. Verse 15. She called passengers who go right on their ways. Now this is Sister Folly that's calling these passengers that go right on their way. Now you see that? I'm going to circle the right on their ways. You can do it as well. They go right on their way. These are the ones the people that are making the right path. Sister Folly is calling them. See, Mother Wisdom had a housewarming party, but she was giving knowledge. Sister Folly is having a party, but she's not giving knowledge. So those people, Mother Wisdom was looking for those that was lost and lacked knowledge and lacked understanding, and that was that was headed on the wrong path. And so she was bringing them to her house to set them on the straight and narrow. Well, Sister Folly, those people that are already on the right path, she calling them. She's serving as a distraction to those that are going the right way. Verse 15, she called passengers who go right on their ways. Yes. A distraction, an interruption. In verse 16 say, who is simple, whoso is simple, let him turn hither, and as for him that wanteth understanding, she says to him. So she that compares with verse 4. She said, okay, those that want understanding, okay, you come here. It's a different type of understanding, but you can come here. Those that are foolish and simple-minded, you can come here as well. But her understanding is not quite like Mother Wisdom. See, Mother Wisdom said that she built a house. She fixed the food. Watch what happens over in verse 17. So they're both calling out to people. Verse 17, Sister Folly says, stolen waters are sweet, and bread eaten in secret is pleasant. Mother Wisdom, we saw she prepared the bread herself. She killed her beast, verse 2. She prepared her table. She made the meal. She mingled the wine. Then Sister Folly said stolen waters are sweet, which means the water that she's serving at her table, the wine that she's serving at her table, didn't belong to her. So she can't say like in verse 5, like Mother Wisdom, she can't say, come and drink of my wine and eat of my bread. Sister Wisdom can, because she prepared it. She said she prepared the bread, she killed the beast, and she mingled the wine. First, Sister Folly said, stolen waters are sweet. So, in other words, the waters in the wine that you drink don't necessarily belong to me. You see, I didn't labor for them. I didn't buy them. I didn't purchase them. I took them. 17b say, and the bread eaten in secret is pleasant. Now the bread eaten in secret is also stolen. And to say that it's pleasant. Now, that's some truth to that. As a young boy, we would go to my grandparents' house, and grandmom and granddad didn't play too much. You didn't get to do anything until you finished your chores. So once we finished our chores, we would go outside, ask to go outside, and we would ask could we go to the neighbor's house next door. There was a fence separating the properties, because she had a plum tree. And that plum tree came right to the edge of my grandmother's fence. And occasionally some plums would fall over into my grandmother's yard. And of course, if the plums fall over into my grandmother's yard, now they're the property of my grandmother's and my granddad, and we can eat all we want. But we wanted to go to her house and ask her, once we got permission from our grandmom and granddad, could we go and ask Sister Mother Caslin, give her that name, Mother Caslin, could we eat some of her plums? Could we pick some of her plums? Now Mother Caslin is a sweet lady, good Christian mother. She gave us a rule. She said all of those that are on the ground, because they was beginning to get very ripened and moist, and people that know farms and know plums, they can get kind of messy. So we were helping to clean them up. She said all of those on the ground you guys can have. So we would come out of there with a bag full of plums. Those on the ground, she said we could have, but she said those still in the tree, don't bother those. Please don't bother those. So we agreed. But as we're bending down, picking up the plums and picking them up, if you just take a look up at the tree, you see the biggest, roundest, juiciest looking plums that are still on that tree. You all know what happened, right? Temptation got the best of us. And as we're picking, yeah, we plucked from that tree after we were told not to. Remember Adam and Eve? God told them, eat anything in this land. All the fruits, all the vegetables, they're yours. Eat them all. Except for one tree. The tree of wisdom, the tree of knowledge, the tree of life. Don't bother that one tree. Don't pick from that one. But all the rest of them you can have. Like what Mother Catherine told us, all those in the ground you can have. We have to clean our yard up, right? But those in the tree, don't pick. Well, of course we did. The one in the tree was considered to be forbidden fruit. Adam and Eve got in trouble, and we have sinful natures now because our Adam and Eve, the first man and woman, disobeyed God. They ate from the forbidden tree, which they ate forbidden fruit. Forbidden fruit may be, verse 17, sweet. Forbidden fruit, 17b, would be pleasant. But that's a price to pay with that. You see, now we all struggle with sin and temptation and different things each and every day. Yes. Verse 18. I'll leave it there. Verse 18. But he knoweth not that the dead are there, and that her guests are in the depths of hell. You see, the sweetness and the pleasantness that Sister Folly had from these stolen objects, this forbidden fruit, that's a price to pay. And the price is that the wages of sin is death. And so verse 18 say, he that partakes in that particular party don't know that the dead are there. So the old people at the table are dead, spiritually dead. And in verse 18b, and that her guests are in the depths of hell. That means that we are partaking forbidden fruit, and our soul will pay the price. Verse 18b. That means that's a dead end where Mother Wisdom, when the people left her house, she told them, don't go in the ways of the foolish. Choose life. Where here, Sister Folly's house, it's saying death is the end. The dead end. It's a dead end street. That's our lesson for today. Thank you dearly and severely for participating. So here at St. Paul Missionary Baptist Church, 2870 Helen Drive, East Point, Georgia, 30344. We have 3 sessions that are currently online. We have a Thankful Thursday. We have on Friday nights, which is when the Sunday school lesson becomes live on YouTube, the SSBD. Y'all check that show out, it's pretty good. But then on Sundays, we have what we have on Sunday mornings at 10 o'clock. Our pastors, Reverend Pastor Christopher and Pastor Clayton, Senior Pastor, they bring us the sermonic Sundays. Yes. So we got Thankful Thursday, we got Sunday school on Friday nights, and then we have a sermonic Sunday mornings. I'll ask you to join us for those celebrations and those lessons. In fact, I got a treat for you. It only lasts 2 minutes, so please give me 2 more minutes. I got a treat for you. I want you to hear my pastor. Yeah, I got a copy of a clip for it. I want you to watch it. So let's see if I can cue it up. I'm going to fast forward through some of this stuff so I can get there. So I'm just saying, let us pray. Yes, we need to pray. Let us pray. Cue up. And yeah, this slide is always with me. I love this slide right here because it tells us that we got to get back with Jesus, and Jesus is going to take this whole world back to the Word in the beginning. All right. Yeah. That guy right there. Awesome guy right there. See if we can get it to play. I had to clip it from 5 different places and transport it and import it, so let's see if it works out.
They are indirectly and even intentionally or unintentionally. You know, I discovered that sometimes in life, on life's journey, you have to meet the wrong people in order to prepare you to meet the right people. Well, now, not only must we be thankful for our earthly beauty, but my second point of emphasis as I move on is this. We must recognize the fact that God sometimes uses troubled water to fulfill His purpose in our lives. But you see, sometimes it takes troubled water to get our attention. I know that's right. One thing about this coronavirus, this COVID-19, I believe that God is using this COVID-19 to get our undivided attention. But you see, more people are praying now than ever before. More people are becoming more health conscious and more God conscious than ever before. And right here at St. Paul, our church, the best church on this side of Stone Mountain, more people are on Facebook Live and on YouTube and watching our Sunday school breakdown and our Thankful Thursday Bible study and watching our 10 a.m. worship service that we normally have when we're in this sanctuary. I know that's right.
That's a bad guy right there. Thank you, Pastor. Thank you all. I appreciate it. That's our lesson for today. We'll go ahead and close out and wrap it up, and we'll see you next week. Pastor don't want to go away. He's gotten started. He's into it. Okay, next week lesson, July 5th. It would be the day after the 4th of July. Okay. We'll be in the book of Matthew, chapter 11, verses 7 through 19. Vindicating wisdom. Once again, I'm Wilman Murphy. And this is the Sunday School Breakdown, the SSBD. Thank you for watching. Please, 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 during these COVID times, be blessed, be safe, and by all means, be encouraged. Love you dearly and severely. Till next week, have a great week.